Hey guys, it's Aaron Gwinnett here from Defy Reality Entertainment, and today I am back in Blender because I'm doing a lot of Blender work at the moment, and I figure it's going to be probably another month of doing hardcore Blender work, and I have a very specific goal that I want to reach by the end of the month. So I am going to try and reach that goal, and that's going to require a lot of modeling and a lot of different scenes. So what I'm actually doing at the moment, which is actually really exciting, especially for me because it's kind of like foreseeing the future of Neyyah, is I'm actually creating the sets for Neyyah's live action sequences. So these are the backdrops where the characters in the game that you meet are actually going to be captured within. So the green screen will be taken away and these are the scenes that will be replaced, and it's quite exciting because I haven't actually touched upon this kind of thing yet, and I've been doing some recent kind of sketch work and some designs in this Neyyah book here. I believe this is the 6th Neyyah book of concept art and notes that I've got here that I just sort of create on the fly, and kind of works alongside the main documentation that I have on the computer as well. But yeah, so this is all really cool stuff, and I've also updated some of the script in here as well, some of the ideas, and yeah, so I'm kind of going on some basic ideas that I've got already for this scene, and they're looking pretty cool. But again, when I get into a 3D, when I actually get into Blender and start modeling it, it always changes. Like 9 times out of 10 I'll be doing something completely different than was actually in the book. So I'm actually kind of just putting things together at the moment. You can see here, this is the actual set from afar. I've got various different other models that I've created for Neyyah in the past that I've actually brought into the scene just to kind of use as references for maybe textures, even models potentially. But the actual design of this area is actually very unique, and it requires a bit more kind of modeling new different things, but they're quite basic things. So I'm thinking it won't take me too long to do, but there's going to be a lot of detail, as there always is in Neyyah, added to this scene. So yeah, it's going really nicely, it's going really well. I'm actually going to get straight back into it. I hope you guys don't mind, and I'm going to finish this little doorway area because I came up with this idea this morning, and I think it's going to work really nicely. So it's giving it a kind of a very kind of different look. Well, a different look to what I thought it was going to look like anyway. I had an idea for this area, this sort of doorway area, but I think this is going to look quite nice. And again, what's really awesome is that I get to envision the character that will be in this scene actually within the scene, like talking to you and being part of the scene, which I think is very exciting. So Neyyah will be having live action characters, just like the original Myst and the original, well, the Riven game. And reason being is because I just love the way they look. I love the way, especially in Riven, where you've got those real life characters, those real life people, actors, playing the characters, and because of the realism that was captured in Riven particularly, they just work so well. And Neyyah definitely complements that in its own way as well, in its unique way, and I think it's gonna work really nicely. Like already Neyyah has some really photorealistic effective areas and artwork and the style, and I think it's just going to work really nicely for having live action characters within the scene. So I'm very much looking forward to including them, and having some like real life people within Neyyah. I think that's going to be very exciting, and I'll be looking at doing the filming potentially November this year, pardon me, or possibly January next year. It'll be one of the kind of later things that happens. There's going to be a lot of development in between, but it won't be one of the last things that gets done. I mean, there's obviously music that needs to be done, and I'll be composing that myself, and I've already come up with some ideas for that. I have a Yamaha keyboard that I'll be using. I've sampled some cool sounds and some sort of melody ideas and various different things. Just looking at some of the artwork and thinking, oh wow, that would be really cool for this scene, and that really invokes this within this kind of environment and the atmosphere. So that's going to be a really fun part of the development. It seems like a little ways away at the moment. There seems to be so much I still need to do, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen one day, and it's going to be an amazing experience to be able to do that and spend, about, I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't think it's going to take as long as any of the modeling for Neyyah. I tend, for sound and potentially music as well, it seems to happen very quickly with me. I've done sound effects for Neyyah before in various different builds and sort of gameplay footage that I've put out there on YouTube and everything, and even in the new Microprose announcement trailer for Neyyah. But it doesn't take very long for me to actually get the sounds going. It's a very nice experience as well. I really love creating sounds, and it's adding that detail within sound to complement the detail within the visuals as well. So I'm actually kind of just going off the fly here. I'm kind of running with it. I do think there will be some changes coming for this scene as well, but not massive changes. Most of it's pretty much ready to go. I really like what's happening on this side, so I might look at potentially just moving things around a bit. It's kind of working with composition as well. And some scenes, I mean, I'm classing this as a backdrop. The thing is, it is actually an environment the player will explore to a point. So everything has to be taken into consideration. It's not just the view from this camera. It's everything around it as well. It needs to be worked on. So I'm kind of just mainly focusing on this area for now. The idea is to get the backdrop areas in front of those cameras finished by the end of the month for all the characters that appear within the game. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of work. But I'm very certain that I can get it done. I like the pipe look. Pipe look is working very nicely. I've already started one here as well. So at the moment I'm kind of blocking things. I'm blocking things into the environment. Take this bit out. Back in. I'm just blocking things into the environment. Not really texturing anything at the moment. Kind of simple. Ooh. Doesn't work. I think the mouse might be on its way out. I have to get some new batteries. Okay, I'm just going to go back into this. Having a bit of trouble with the mouse at the moment on this computer. So let's see how that goes. But yeah, I'm just adding some sort of pipes into this scene at the moment, which is really cool. Neyyah has a lot of pipes. There are a lot of pipes in Neyyah. In fact, Neyyah could be called Pipe Game or Pipes You know, if it was to have any other kind of title, it would either be pipes or, yeah, pretty much pipes. It just has lots of pipes. I seem to like pipes. Pipes are interesting. I think the cool thing about pipes is that they give you a feeling of well, something's being transferred through those pipes, and someone is doing some mowing outside as well, apparently. So what is being transferred through those pipes? What is inside those pipes? Where does that pipe lead to? And I think, you know, that's one of the kind of things about Neyyah as well. It's kind of working out where things lead and what things do. And I think that's one of the kind of cool things about Neyyah, is exactly that. It's working out what everything does, and sometimes you have to do a bit of, you know, searching around, and basically just observing the world around you is one of the key elements. So I'm just going to model this pipe connection here. These are really fun to make, and it's just a case of kind of, oh, too many, kind of creating these nice kind of bevelly edges to the meshes. It's just making sure that when you add a subdivider to these models, that they look quite smooth. Pretty much like this. Exactly like this, that's good. So I like to add subdividers to my models. It gives it a nice smooth look. I'm actually going to mirror these plates. I'm going to work with colour in a bit as well. That might be in this video. I don't want this video to be too long, but it will probably be in, I don't know, the thumbnail, the intro art, the outro art of what this scene will look like, pretty much finished as well. So I usually edit the videos on the weekends, so this video will probably be edited. It's Monday today. I sometimes do, mostly I do my devlogs on Tuesdays, but I'm doing one today instead, and it's just a bit of a bit more of an inconvenient time. It's a bit more of a convenient time, so I'll probably edit this on Sunday, and by then I definitely think this whole scene will be finished. Again, I'm weighing up how to do these sort of backdrop scenes, because I want to get the backdrops finished. I don't want to really, I'm not focusing too much on the entire scenes, because there are other scenes that I really want to get into for Neyyah. So I just want to get these sort of backdrops done, and so I'll probably return back to these environments at a later date to really finish them up. The main thing is that I get the backdrops ready for either November or December. So that's the key thing really that I'm just focusing on for this month. And even if they're not like completely finished, as long as they're there, and say if I'm not at a point where I'm actually ready to, I have actually finished the environments that these characters will be in, at least I've done the backdrops. At least I've got the main backdrops finished and rendered. And because, you know, next month I'll be most likely, well, not next month, probably July, I'll be looking at doing the getting more of the scripts finalized, and I've already got one of the characters cast, which is very exciting, and I'll be doing some more cast like auditions and stuff over the coming months. It's something that I'm kind of arranging with my wife as well, so she's helping me out with it all, and yeah, she's amazing, very amazing, and has been a great support of the game. since 2018, and all the other creative pursuits that I've involved myself in since I've known her. And yeah, she's going to be doing a bit of work there with the acting stuff, so that's really exciting. And she's going to be in the game. She's also the voiceover in the trailer, so it was very exciting having her be part of the trailer, and also her character, introducing who she'll be. It's kind of secretive at the moment, and very kind of nothing's been exposed so much, so it's kind of leaving everything kind of thinking, oh, who's that character, what's that voice all about? So yeah, it's exciting stuff. Kind of botching this up a bit. So I think what's happening is there's a bit too much going on this side. Let's bring that in a bit more, like that, and like that, and we should have a bit of a smoother feel. Maybe bringing them in a bit more. Oh, yeah, okay, that looks pretty cool. Then again, it does overlap. Cool. Just making sure everything looks kind of symmetrical on both sides. I love symmetry, and I think symmetry works really nicely in certain environments. Not every environment, but it just looks pretty. Symmetry looks pretty. Might as well just move this over here as well, give it the same kind of look. I'm actually really looking forward to texturing this area too. I've got some really cool ideas for it. And I guess weirdly enough, the inspiration, particularly for this kind of structure, is, well, what I've already created for Neyyah anyway. So it's carrying on particular looks. But at the same time, this particular environment is very different. It's a very different environment to the other environments in a few ways, and for reasons. And the player will eventually find that out. But it's there's a bit of Tomb Raider Anniversary influences coming out here, and I'm a big Tomb Raider fan. And yeah, Tomb Raider Anniversary was the 10-year anniversary of the original game, and they did a remake of it, created by Crystal Dynamics. And there's things here that are going on in my head, like when I'm looking at the textures and stuff, that are just reminding me of certain things that are going on in that game and how they're gonna influence this scene here. So yeah, it's quite exciting actually. I'm excited to see how it turns out. And we're gonna have some bit of problems with this vent thing. I might even just possibly move this somewhere else. I might move it over here for now. See how that looks when it's all rendered. I'm actually going to do a render preview now, guys. Actually, I'm just going to move this over here. And what I will do, I'm probably going to create... I'm not going to do a render preview yet. Actually, what I'll probably do is just create a render preview here and work within this scene up here in 3D, so you get to see what everything's looking like with some textures anyway. Okay, here's our render preview of our scene. using a cool, this is actually a slightly different sky map than I've been using before, so it's quite exciting. And yeah, so that's the scene so far. It's coming along very nicely already. The main thing is kind of mapping out how things should look, the amount of detail that's really needed, things that need to be taken away, and then the details, the finer details. You see, the thing is, the player will be able to approach this, so it's looking at the finer details, brackets, nails, bolts, and all sorts of things, maybe even smaller pipes. So there's a bit of work to do, but again, it's just focusing on the scene ahead for now, the backdrop, and there's a lot of stuff in the foreground that needs to be done as well. So yeah, guys, I'm really excited to actually get into this and push this forward today. I'm hoping to get, even this entire scene finished by the end of the week, if not earlier. So wish me luck, and it's going to look very awesome. Very, very excited to see this come to life, and it's a cool step for Neyyah as well. In especially with the live action characters being involved, that's going to be so cool. It's going to be very exciting. Filming the actors, having them in the game, the characters, it's going to give Neyyah a whole new lease of life, breath of life. It's going to be magical. So I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, comment, and stay tuned for more devlogs. I've got a lot more footage coming your way along the span of the rest of Neyyah's development cycle. Not just in Blender, but in Visionaire, eventually sound design, music composition, the live action shoots as well. That's going to be really exciting to get some of that footage down, the behind the scenes of how it's all done. So stay tuned. Subscribe to this channel to follow more of Neyyah's devlog journeys into the world of Neyyah. And I will catch you in the next video. Bye, guys!